Big news coming in from CNN this morning as they are reporting a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy's accusers, prompting an indictment. Also, they're talking about the evidence that was seized, which is video evidence, and they've been going after the people that are in the videos. Did they know they were on video? Plus, a new male ex-worker has been questioned. Ooh, Diddy, this is not looking good. Diddy Gate continues here on Popcorn Planet. I appreciate all you guys have been watching. We're going to be live later today talking about this and so much more, so you're not going to miss it. But first, breaking news. I wanted to break this down all for you so you know how big of a deal this is. CNN is reporting through their sources that a federal grand jury may soon be hearing from Diddy's accusers, which would prompt an indictment. For those of you that don't understand what this means, so a grand jury is used to sit there and decide whether the prosecutor's evidence has probable cause, and if they can actually issue an indictment. It's kind of like a pretrial, so it basically helps to ensure that, yes, the crime we are accusing this guy of is bulletproof. We have the evidence. You believed it. It's all fair enough to go actually press charges against this man. So look, that is not good. Diddy can't like that this is happening. Now, why is this getting leaked? That's another question I want to talk about with you, and we will, along with what is this video evidence that they've apparently been sifting through. It's probably why it's been taking so long, but apparently they've been going after the people in the videos as well. And yes, a new male worker has been questioned, someone who has not filed a civil suit yet. Man, there's a lot to go through, but first, let's watch CNN's report, and I'll give you my theories after this.
Since November, you'll probably remember that Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits, 7 directly accusing him of sexual. CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister has all of this new reporting for us. Elizabeth, what more are you learning?
Good morning, Kate. So this is obviously the biggest escalation since those March raids on Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami. We are now hearing that federal investigators are preparing to possibly bring witnesses in front of a federal grand jury in New York City. What we have heard is that possible witnesses have been notified that they could be called to testify. Now, sources do caution that investigators are still in the process of gathering information. In fact, they are still calling in new witnesses, and they have called in some witnesses multiple times. We also hear that the majority of the accusers who have filed these civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs have been brought in for questioning, and again, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear.
Now, it's important to note, Lil Rodney was one who said he hadn't been called. Now, he shouldn't be saying stuff like that. It's just odd. And he hasn't spoken about it recently, to my knowledge. But if he was spoken to, I'm sure the feds are telling him, hey, shut up, stop talking, because they do want to try to be very careful in how they let some of this stuff get out. But the fact that they're going to now put the accusers up to a grand jury to sort of test this out and see, are they credible? Is this believable? Do we have enough proof? Whoo, Diddy, man, you're smoked.
Hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into this federal probe. Now, a spokesperson for Homeland Security did not respond to our request for comment about the presence of a grand jury, but
of course they can't. But how did you get this information, CNN?
They did confirm that this investigation is presently ongoing.
Which we knew. Of course it's ongoing. But yeah, how did they get this information? Did the feds actually want this out to try to get people to be more encouraged to come forward? We'll talk about that more in a second.
And Elizabeth, what are you learning about the evidence that investigators could be reviewing here?
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators. Now, when the raids first...
We're going to get there, but just reiterate right there. They just had CNN. I think they did this on purpose. Tell Diddy, because Diddy's hearing all this, Diddy's lawyers are hearing this, we have video evidence from your house, brother. We have the video evidence. Not only that, we have it with a male ex-worker. that's going to send shockwaves to many people who may have been out there being like, oh no, they don't really have the video. They don't have the video. Now they're saying they have the video. Which video? There's so many chess moves now that the feds can do as they now close the walls in on Diddy as he realizes, oh crap. But not even Diddy, because I'm sure Diddy's aware or cleared things or not cleared, whatever. The people who may have been worried, did Diddy tape me? Now they have a lot more worry when the feds come back and say, yep, we have that video.
Happened. We had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking, which is what HSI specializes in. Now we are hearing that that scope has been widened and that investigators are really looking into all of these claims put forth in these civil lawsuits. That would include not just sex trafficking, but also money laundering and illegal drugs. I have a source who tells me, quote, this is much bigger than just these lawsuits.
Man. They are after him like crazy. There's a lot to digest on this, but again, I'm mostly shocked and surprised that now they're admitting that they've spoken to these accusers, but I think they're doing this to get Diddy nervous. But more importantly, I think they're trying to set a precedent out there that, hey, if Diddy did something to you, come talk to us. We are going to do this. We're taking this very seriously, so much seriously that we're doing a grand jury to ensure that this goes through. And it's a smart way to do that so they can feel more confident to any of these witnesses who may be on the fence. And this idea that they're now throwing out there that, yep, we have evidence, including video from inside the residence. So anybody who's ever done anything questionable inside that residence, which we all assume people were doing, are now going to feel even more nervous and worried because they're going to go, crap, did they have my tape? Did they see what I did? Did they see what he did to me? This is going to get insanely interesting soon because it's a game of chicken is really what this is of, oh no, do I tell on him before someone comes to me? And the fact that the feds are now going after people they've seen in the videos, that anybody who maybe been hoping they could stay away from it, now they're not going to be able to stay away from it when they say, well, we have you on video, sir, ma'am, doing this. Can you care to elaborate? This is a huge deal. Huge deal. They are contacting people that they found on the tapes. And at least one male ex-worker who claims he has been victimized by Combs has been questioned during the investigation, one source said, that the individual was seen in footage that has been in possession of the federal investigators. I mean, Diddy, my man. They are coming at you hard. You were out there, I'm going to defend my name and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because you probably thought you were still in good with the feds because everyone's called you a fed because a lot of your associates were clearly in with the feds, as we learned from your madame, one of your madames, which we exclusively reported on here. And we got more coming, so make sure you hit that subscribe if you haven't already. But my goodness, this is big. So big, in fact, that we got to go live. We are going to be live today. I missed our live yesterday. We will be live this afternoon. In fact, we'll be live earlier this afternoon. Probably actually in an hour or so. So make sure if you haven't already, join our notification squad, hit the subscribe button, but more importantly, hit the bell to all notifications. So when you get those notifications, you can join our live, be part of this community, smash that like button and watch the videos as you get alerted. Leave your comments down below. Are you surprised by this? There is so much more to unpack, including this whole Rolling Stone expose, which also just dropped last night. And details a lot of stuff that we're going to be breaking down through the live as well. There is a lot of Diddy Gate to go through. Don't miss it here on Popcorn Planet. We got you covered, and we will get this. We ain't going to be silenced. No. So stay tuned for more coverage here on Popcorn Planet.